Mike. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 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 Can you hear me? How everybody doing today, y'all? There we go. Yeah, I'm live in the web. How's everybody doing out there, though, man? How's everybody doing out there? It's Let's look at these Jones real quick.
Was Game able to walk out of here when he drunk that bottle of Clase Azul by himself, or he had to get carried out?
Here at Dream Champs, we're all professionals. Don't try this at home. Well, no, we gotta do our disclaimer. Do not try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. This is all professionals.
What was the help? Well, let me be clear. Game did have the super cheat code. Went to the bathroom. He came back.
Wait a minute.
Was Game able to walk?
To survive longer than them 6 to 7 hours, if you eat something on the side, it will absorb it, especially carbs. Because he took the longest bathroom break ever, but he wasn't in the bathroom. So then when I looked, I said, "Oh, he's smart."
Was Game able to walk out of here when he drunk that bottle of Clase Azul by himself, or he had to get carried out?
That's crazy, man.
Here at Dream Champs, we're all professionals. Don't try this.
That's why I don't drink. I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm gonna keep that shit that way.
Me and Fifth, we had music problems, just rap battles in the past, you know what I'm saying? And I remember my first time speaking to him this was over shit, probably was 2025, probably 2013, years after the rap shit. And the first thing when I got on the phone with him, I said, "What's up? How you gonna get to this money?" He said, "Yeah, that's what I like to hear. What the fuck is you talking about? Let's get this money." I said, "Yeah, nigga, let's get this money." Fuck that. And you know, me and him be on petty time, so I fuck with the nigga. Like I fuck with Fifth. And we talked about, things that I won't say on camera, but we talked about certain types of beef, different types of beef. Music beef, street beef, whatever other kind of beef there is in the world. Cause I see with shit with him and with me, certain shit never gonna be over. Me and Fifth, we had music problems.
See what else we got. Yeah, I want to hear him break it down. But I have a
All right, so as many of you may know, 50 Cent just made a documentary about Diddy. Now, 50 Cent has not liked Diddy for like 20 years. And the reason why 50 Cent doesn't like him is actually very simple. Diddy makes him uncomfortable. You see, about 20 years ago, 50 Cent was on top of the world. Boy was talking about in the club. Boy had a G-Unit chain on. Put your hand in the air if you remember this chain. Gotcha. If your hand's in the air, you're an uncle or an auntie, but that's okay, my hand here too. Anyway, 50 Cent had a problem. When you on top of the world, you start getting all kinds of attention. Diddy calls up 50, he said, 50. 50 said, yeah. Diddy said, hey, I noticed you on top of the world. Let's be friends. Now at this point, Diddy's still powerful. It's 20 years ago, but he's still an executive. He's still a mogul. So 50 like, okay, that's dope, that's cool.
I know where he's going with that.
if you're a musician trying to break through, you've probably heard the same things on repeat. Release more, invest more, post more on social media.
Yep.
And although some of that's true, over the last couple of years, it's become very clear that there are only a handful of ways that artists can actually break through this noise. And with the amount of music that's uploaded to Spotify now, it's like 150,000 tracks a day. You have to break through the noise by having a real plan. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 main ways that we're seeing artists break through. And this isn't just based on my personal opinion. I've worked in the music industry for 10 plus years now. I've owned Burstomer, a music marketing agency, for 8 years. And we see artists going through the industry, going through their career day in and day out. And there are very clear signs as to whether an artist is going to break, but also the point at which they are going to break. So I'm going to talk you through that. And this video isn't going to be one of those ones that's highly edited and I'm reading from a teleprompter or anything. It's going to be a long one. I want to walk through these exact things that help an artist break through, talk you through real life examples, talk you through how you can get to that point and make sure those moments happen for you. I think you'll be surprised with some of these that I'm going to talk about, because if you know anything about Burstomer, as a music marketing agency, we specialize in digital marketing. So social media, streaming, everything online that gets an artist from 0 to 100. And although a lot of that is going to help, some of the things I'm going to mention are very much outside of that. So make sure one of the main ways that artists are breaking through right now. Obviously, this is something where I think
I'm going to take some notes.
Think you need to be an influencer. We're not actually seeing that anymore. The artists that are becoming influencers are kind of getting stuck in that lane. They're really struggling to convert that audience into actual listeners. So there is no longer the need to be a social media influencer.
We're taking notes, y'all.
For the sake of getting more listeners, which, if you're an artist listening to this, which I hope you are, I don't know what else you'd be doing if you were watching this, I would be relieved. I'd be over the moon, because like, this not meaning this, absolute win. So yeah, we're seeing artists that are potentially influencers first, trying to release, struggling, or thinking that being an influencer will sell their music, also struggling. The route that we're finding artists are absolutely smashing it on social and then pushing to the next level is having a unique content strategy. So having that USP.
What is USP? We're gonna take notes, y'all. This is how I learn. Fuck y'all. I need, where are my pens at though? Like, where are my pens? My pens should have way more pens than this.
This is not something that needs to be crazy. Like, the USP can be the music. The USP can be the narrative of the track. But you need to have a USP. And I've said USP so many times. It means unique selling point, if you don't know what that is. But as an artist, you should...
Unique selling point. I was trying to figure out what that was. Should I get Devil May Cry 5, y'all? Do y'all think? Let me know in the chat if I should get Devil May Cry. I need another pen because I feel like that's about to die. Let me know in the chat if I should get Devil May Cry 5. I should have way more pens than this, though. Okay, there we go. There's another one. Ooh, I got a Sharpie, too. Cool. We're gonna make it work, though. All right.
already know this because your USP should be your music, it should be your brand, it should be your style. Like, you should already know what makes you different as an artist. And if you don't, go back to the drawing board. Like, start everything from scratch all over again. Because if you don't know that, like, even an agency like ours, we work with artists on their brand development as well. So we'll take them from those early stages and help them find who they are as a person and their artistry and how we can bring that to life visually. But they kind of have to know too. We can't just pull it out of thin air. So that USP has to be brought to life through social media, because that is what gets those viral moments. And what's funny is I've done videos before on how to go viral on TikTok and how to get these viral videos. And yes, that's important, but it's actually how you follow up from that viral moment. So yeah,
no, that's 100% true. I went viral 3 times. None of my viral moments were from music. None of them. Not one of them were from music. So it was very hard for me to take that viral moment and build on it, because none of those viral moments were music related. Only one time was that viral, like one of those viral moments had my song in the background, but my song was like not like really a part of the video. It was just in the background, if that makes sense.
yes, you want to go viral, but it's actually the viral follow-up that's most important there. So a really great example of that is our artist Altego. If you check them out on socials, they're consistently getting viral moments. However, the way that they followed up from that is being consistent with that content strategy, which is then converting into streams. Another example is an artist we work with. I've spoken about him on the channel before, called Isaac Butler. We had a crazy viral video for him. It was his dad reacting to him performing his track live. And instead of us just being like, cool, viral moment, let's tell everyone we got a viral video, we were like, how can we capitalize on that? That piece of content and the ads and pushing to DSPs led to huge momentum for him. He's signed to a management company now. He's got a booking agent. He's being offered loads of distro and label deals. And that was one of his breakthrough moments. But he followed up on it. It's not just viral moment after viral moment after viral moment. The final thing I want to talk about is community building. So, community building is...
Okay, community building. Okay. That's an important one too. That's something I got to work on. I mean, I do have a small community, you know. And I have, as of late, been focusing on just serving that small group of people that follow and, you know, fuck with the music.
Is kind of not looked at enough. I can't multitask, so let me finish writing that. Community building. So, community building, obviously that's what social media is for. Social media is for connecting with your fans, with the potential fans, but most people use it for those viral moments. Yes, those viral moments are important, but the follow-up is also this community building. Because if you can't build that community, you do not have fans. You have likes, you have views. They're pointless, because community is how you get a platinum record. It's how you sell out arenas. It's how you actually make an income from this, because the community are the ones that invest in you. So if you have likes and views, they're not going to invest in you. So community building. The best way to community build isn't with these big videos, so the reels and the feed posts and all this. It's with DMs, replying to comments, stories, talking to them as if they are human beings and not numbers. It's the way that you are going to be able to use social media to make this a career and to sustain it. All in all, social media still is one of the key ways that artists are getting discovered, and it's going to continue to be the case in 2026, 2027, 2028. Social media is not going anywhere. Yes, new things are going to come in, new platforms, but those new platforms are going to be different ways to communicate with fans, different ways to engage a new audience. Next one. This one is like the polar opposite, and is something that... It sounds like it's the end goal, but actually for a lot of artists, it's how we're seeing them go from nothing to very known. And it's live. I think...
Okay, live.
A lot of you watching this are going to be like, well, how the hell am I meant to get live if I haven't got any audience yet? I've got a few examples of artists we've worked with where live has been the thing that has broken them. So when I'm talking about live, I'm obviously not talking about arena tours, because if you're not that known yet, you're not going to break through by doing an arena tour. You're going to be playing to like your mum and your nan. What we're seeing is artists getting support slots, artists doing local small school tours or pub tours or whatever it is, but building an audience live is mental for how engaged they are. So obviously, like I said, not arenas, but if we're looking at school tours, we're looking at...
She giving some good game, y'all. I'm following this shit.
Support slots. And we're looking for very focused small tours. The reason it needs to be focused is because if you offer... focusing on one small, say you've got the UK, I mean, take this as any country, USA, whatever, but say you've got the UK. If you focus on a very small area, so you focus on up north and you look at like Newcastle and those kind of areas, if you go hard touring in those areas, you're going to become so known there. The word of mouth is going to be insane, which means that it's impossible for people to ignore you. If you become the biggest artist in your town, then your city, then that region, that county, wherever it is, in America, that state, it's so much easier to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Plus, all of these are building your live portfolio. This makes all of this, the EPK, the live portfolio stuff is going to be insane. A lot of artists wait until they are the next big thing to do any of this, and then that means when they play their first show, it's dog shit. If you can get any of these, you're good to go. But it sounds very easy, doesn't it? Let's talk about how that happens. So this is very much who you know. This, you make it happen. So a lot easier, a little bit harder, but you just need one person on your side. One person that's supporting you can make the world a difference. How do you get that one person, you may ask? Yes. So we've worked with a lot of artists with their goal to be getting a booking agent. So we've made the plan surrounding that. We've said, okay, booking agents here, you're here. What do we do to fill in these gaps? There are a few things. One, industry credibility. So let's just make a little subheading. A booking agent. I mean, you can totally do some of this yourself. It's just very hard. A lot easier. Booking agent, you need credibility. How do you get credibility? Other tastemakers getting behind you. So that's press, that's editors at DSPs, radio. If anyone else can think of any tastemakers, drop it in the comments. I cannot remember any for the life of me. But these are the main areas. You want to get other tastemakers supporting you so that when a booking agent looks you up, they're like, damn, that artist is really liked by the industry and people I know really like them. Another thing. Sorry, it's socials again. But if you've got a load of press from, I don't know, Wonderland, Billboard, Pitchfork, Enemy, like some really great press behind you, and you've been put on some Spotify editorials, you're getting a few spot plays on radio, and industry people are starting to see you come up on their For You page and their feed and whatever, a booking agent is a lot more likely to give you attention. So how we do this is, one, get our publicists to do press campaigns. Two, work on content strategies that are likely to get pushed out, because if it gets in front of the right person, that's all it needs. And then other industry credibility things like getting your streams up, because you know that booking agents are going to look at that. But
this almost feels like it goes right back to social media.
at the end of the day, they just want proof that you are likely to get better in time with your live shows, that you're likely to build an audience. Like, they trust that your brand is solid enough to do that, and they want someone that can work. Like, all of this, last one included as well, is proof to the industry and to fans that you're going to release consistently and you're an artist they can get behind. Because actually, I'm talking about booking agent here, but none of this actually includes a label. None of it means that you need to have a label, a distro deal, anything like that. Even management. Sometimes they help along the journey. Like, if you're selling out, like, this small tour ends up getting like a lot bigger, a manager's probably going to help with like organizing an admin. If you're getting loads of brand deals from social, a manager's definitely going to help there. And then the final one, when we get to that, a label could help there. But all of these are could, maybes, ifs. All of like this stuff is, yeah, 100%. If you can do this stuff, you're going to get to the next level. Final one. This one is a bit random, I think people are going to think. Like, I think I've mentioned it before, but maybe not a crazy amount. Collabs. So, you know how I mentioned here about support slots? Support slots are, like, one, a great way to show how talented you are as a musician, because if you're actually talented, you can play a sick show. You're kind of stealing someone's audience. Same thing here. Like, if you can get a collab with a big artist, you are able to take their audience, which makes like every step of the journey so much easier because you have the foundations built by having a core audience from someone else. And when I say collabs, it can be a producer, it can be another artist, it can be a rapper, it can be a content collab. So music and content collab. A good example of a content collab is we worked with an artist called Blakey who came to us with a budget for influencers. And I actually don't always recommend influencer marketing to artists. I think a lot of the time it's kind of throwing darts at a dartboard with your eyes crossed after you spun around.
I apologize, y'all. It keeps saying my stream has disconnected. It keeps disconnecting, man. I'm going to find out what's going on because I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a vlog on YouTube. I got, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to knock that out right quick. But, yeah, like, it keeps disconnecting, y'all, and I got to find out why my PC keeps disconnecting. It's not giving me a reason or anything. I'm not seeing it.